history has been made in Canadian basketball. One hand down, all over the defense.
One-hand cockback.
Oh! Bringing the fans to their feet, putting a man in the rim. Ain't that awesome? Oh my Lord!
Welcome to the NPA on NPH.
And we're back here, nation's capital. Can't believe I'm saying this. It's the last game of the session. Day 5 of 5, session 1 of 3. We're ending it off here with the reigning national champions, CTA. They're going up against B.E.A.S.T Prep out of Hamilton. Definitely my sleeper. And that's Anthony Bradshaw inside, misses on the left hand. He's been one of the more efficient players in the paint, and right off the hop, you can see that CTA, they've got the intensity, and Lualcott, I don't know, will he miss? Are we going to take the over-under on the missing this game, or?
Lualcott back at it.
Hasn't missed a beat. It's like he didn't even leave the gym. First shot, first swish, 3-0. A minute has gone by. Aiden Warnholtz gets it over to Mr. Kaleem Sarazin. Gets the layup, 5-0 right off the hop here. B.E.A.S.T Prep looking to slow it down, see if they can get some good ball movement. Some easy early buckets is what they need, as they swing it around to Matthew Green, and he goes down in a heap.
It looks like may have been a sprained ankle, possibly. We'll attend to him, get him on the...
Matthew Green, the 2019 combo guard out of Brampton, one of their best shooters. Hopefully he's able to get back into the game. B.E.A.S.T Prep definitely needs him. However, we move forward. Aiden Warnholtz inside to Muya. And already Anthony Bradshaw. Those are some big guys.
Big dudes. But J.D. Muya is a man on a mission. He is coming correct game in, game out, showing why he's the best big man available. At the JUCO level, and certainly one of the best big men available. He's also CIS recruitable, so you know he's a load. You know, we talked about him yesterday. He had 31 points and 15 rebounds. I'm gonna guess 15, but at least 15, conservatively there.
And here's another really good big, Anthony Bradshaw. Misses the floater. Good spin move, though. I like the attack off the left hand.
And I have never seen this kid before prior to the session. This is a new guy on the block, and as much of this B.E.A.S.T roster.
Yes, B.E.A.S.T Prep, they have kind of all just come together more or less for the NPA season. Wow. And there's Anthony Bradshaw. He's not shy.
He's not backing down at all.
Definitely
one boys right there.
One of the matchups that me and Elias were talking about yesterday, Muya and Bradshaw. There's some big dudes, and look at Bradshaw. He's leading the break here, looking for his options. Gets it over for the three. Number 24, Dylan Nelsons, and B.E.A.S.T Prep. They're up early.
And CTA knows they got a ball game. They got a ball game.
B.E.A.S.T Prep is a team that'll punch you in the mouth if you let them. You got to be ready to play at all times. Here's Anthony Bradshaw, saves it. Unfortunately, it goes right to Sarazin, who gets it over to Warnholtz. Now it's Moonreath inside to Muya, who goes with the fadeaway. No good. Sarazin tries to tip it in, and now we're running. That is number 2, Jervon Davis, loses it out of bounds. Substitutions coming in here for CTA. We got number 34, Adkit Gilau, coming in for David Muya.
Atik. That would be Atik Gilau.
My apologies, Atik Galau. Ball goes to Moonreath. He swings it over to Lualacott, eventually finding Aiden Warnholtz. Can't make it. There's Galau, goes up, and he gets hacked. Fouled Anthony Bradshaw on the reach in there. And that's going to be something that we're going to have to look over here, as Anthony Bradshaw can't get into too much foul trouble. He's B.E.A.S.T Prep's probably their best player.
And their only answer for J.D. Muia, who just took a seat. That's where, you know, you have the luxury, if you're CTA, interchangeable bigs.
Definitely a substitution coming in here. Number 35, Tyrese Todd, will be coming in for Anthony Bradshaw, as they don't want him to pick up any early foul trouble. B.E.A.S.T Prep, they're not intimidated, and I don't think they'll ever be. It's a nice group here that brings that Hamilton-type mentality. We know how the hammer gets down, and they're not backing away from anybody. Bad possession there. Ball did not move, but they come back on the other end and take it. Here's Figaro. He's going to go all the way up. Aiden Warnholtz almost got the block, and then Jervon Davis is fouled. It's going to be a timeout here by B.E.A.S.T Prep. It's early. It's 8-8. 6 minutes left here in the first.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in. No good. 2 seconds to go. Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Let's keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square, get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go!
We're back here right off the miss. Moonreath with the rebound. Sarazen bringing it up for CTA. Moonreath with the pass out. It goes to Lualacott, and he finally misses one. Goes
One
off.
for two here.
Goes off to the side.
Still shooting 50% in this game.
If you guys didn't watch the game with CTA yesterday, Lualacott missed one shot, ended up with 36 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Nice pass inside there by number 24, Dylan Nelsons, as he finds number 3, Figaro, with the finish.
It just seems like a more, this B.E.A.S.T program team is one of the more mature looking teams physically. You know, they just all seem like they got some strength to them, but also, you know, mentally they're just like, hey, it's just another, like, you know, we're gonna come hard, we're gonna compete, and we don't give a damn who you are.
And you got to credit a bit of the coaching there to Greg Robitaille, who's been able to really instill that toughness and that mentality that it's just another game. Let's go out there and play our you-know-whats off. Inside, that's Mr. Gilau with the finish. 12-8 here for CTA.
And after yesterday's game, with also the reputation CTA is building, you know, national champs and whatnot, you know, they're going to get every team's best game. Teams are getting up to play CTA.
There's Gilau on the run out. He finishes inside, and they've built themselves a 6-point lead. CTA is much like Carleton. You don't think they're up by that much, then you look at the score and you're like, wow.
It's a marathon. You're going to have the stamina from a physical and mental standpoint to stay in this game. with CTA.
Mr. Alston Harris, who came in for CTA, turns it over. Couple of substitutions come inside here for B.E.S.T Prep. You got Tyrese Virgo and Anthony Bradshaw back in the game. Bradshaw, as nimble as they come at 6'7". He looks what, about 240?
Minimum.
Here he goes, he's got the ball here. Attacks inside, gets it back out to Arsenault. He misses. Bradshaw inside will be called for the foul. That's his second foul here in the first quarter. My apologies, the score was wrong. It's actually 12-10 for CTA. Here comes Galau, looking for Moonreath, and that was long. It looked good, just a little bit too much power. There's Arsenault. What a pass! Threading the needle through multiple CTA defenders, finding Mr. 35, Tyrese Todd, on the run out. CTA comes back with the three-pointer.
That was Saracen. He's one of their top offensive producers. Game in, game out. Another, top JUCO recruit for CTA. 6'2" guard, explosive, skilled.
There he is there with the beautiful pass. No bucket, and B.E.S.T Prep is running. This is how they like to play, out in transition. Here's Anthony Bradshaw looking for Arsenault. He's a three-point specialist, and he's got it up and down. 15-15, 3 minutes left in the first.
We talked about elite shooters earlier. He's one of those guys that's knocked down triples. He's quickly building a reputation for that, as we know he can hit that with consistency,
Saracen inside with the right hand finish over Anthony Bradshaw, who tried to pin it, was too late. And that's two for CTA. 17-15 here, 2:45 left. 2 fouls for CTA Prep, only the one for B.E.S.T. Goes out to Arsenault. There's another three, and it's in.
That's a quick trigger right there, Nick.
That is an absolutely lightning quick trigger as B.E.S.T Prep takes the 1-point lead. Galau here, nice spin move, taking Anthony Bradshaw to school. He already has 2 personals, didn't want to get the third there, so he couldn't defend it as much as he wanted. Here's Arsenault. He has 2 threes early on, passes it out. Tyrese Todd, nice floater, but Moonreath, one of the premier defenders, whether it be on the perimeter or underneath, gets the ball back. Three-pointer is pure.
Man, his ability to shoot that ball combined with his physicals, he's going to be very, very dangerous, guys. Class of 2021, the #1 player in the country for that age group. The next star, young star coming out of Canada, is coming from the nation's capital.
Moonreath. He's good. He's pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
He's got a nice three-point shot, and he's relentless on the defensive end as well. Number 21, Arsenault. He's going to the free throw line. Sheldon Arsenault. He's a 2019 6-foot PG out of Hamilton. Take a look at that stroke. It's one of the prettiest you'll ever see. Has hit consistently from everywhere, basically on the court, as he is putting together a solid first quarter with 7 off of the bench. Make it, still 7 as B.E.S.T Prep, they're down 3.
Excuse me here, I got the hiccups catching it on the broadcast. If you haven't already, I'm just letting you know, giving you all a heads up. All this basketball is getting me too excited.
Hey, Tristan, we got to mute the mic here on Tarek.
You'll have to neutralize me.
Alston Harris out to Ankit Chowdhury, who just came in. Number 44, Ali White, big guard, 6'4", out of Ottawa, Ontario, finishes on the other end. Arsenault now, he finds Dylan Nelson. Quick trigger, no good. Long rebound goes up to CTA. They're up 5 with a minute left here in the first quarter. Alston Harris looking to set up the defense. He gets it over to White. White looking, finds Ankit. Chowdhury inside to Gallo. Back out to Harris. White has the 3. No good, but Gallo gets the rebound. Stripped. Ankit Chowdhury. Nice pass inside, and Ali White is going to go to the free throw line.
And if you're watching Anthony Bradshaw for B.E.A.S.T, I love how vocal he is on both ends of the floor. You know, it's a huge asset to any team when you have a big guy that's instructing from the paint. And it doesn't hurt that he's 6'7", about 240, like we said. And when he talks, you're gonna listen because you're gonna hear a heavy voice.
And like you noted, with a last name like Bradshaw, we wouldn't expect anything but a bruiser. And that's exactly what he is. Nimble though, but definitely a guy that doesn't mind mixing it up. Coming off the pick and roll, they find Anthony Bradshaw. He passes it around. That's a 3-point attempt, and Dylan Nelson hits it. As B.E.A.S.T Prep, they've been able to score consistently from the 3-point line, something they have to do throughout 3 quarters against CTA. There's Ali White, and he has come off the bench and given them a great lift for CTA. 7-point game, 3 seconds left there, and that'll be the end of the first. A very entertaining quarter, back and forth. Don't go anywhere. Second coming up next.
We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country.
We're back here with second quarter action as CTA's Alston Harris drills the 3. They've opened up a 10-point lead against B.E.A.S.T Prep. Classic CTA fashion, they come at you in waves. Here's Jervon Davis inside, being held up by Ankit Chowdhury. It's going to be a foul, the first team foul here in the second quarter, as Ankit Chowdhury playing with his hands, not with his feet. B.E.A.S.T Prep will look to continue to shoot the 3-ball well if they have any chance of beating the former national champions. Anthony Bradshaw swings it to Jervon Davis, who goes inside. It's blocked. Bradshaw kicks it out of bounds. CTA ball. Coach Greg Robitaille of B.E.A.S.T Prep imploring his team to move the ball against this CTA defense that has been getting the best of them on the last couple possessions. Double foul called there. Haven't seen that too often. It'll be on Gallo, and we've got Nelson, sorry, on B.E.A.S.T Prep. Pass out to Ankit Chowdhury. He attacks. Great pass inside. to Amara Ba, who finishes with the left hand.
Was that my guy Ankit?
Sorry?
Was that my guy Ankit on the dime?
Yes, sir. Ankit with the left-handed dime. That's going to be an air ball from B.E.S.T Prep. And now CTA's up and running. Here's Alston Harris. He's looking, finds Ba, goes to the corner. Ali White, no good. And now B.E.S.T Prep is running. They find Nelson, who finds Arsenal. That's a 3. Yes, sir. Hasn't missed yet. 3 for 3 behind that line. Great spark off of the bench is Arsenal. Here comes Ankit Chowdhury looking around. Great steal by Dylan Nelson. Goes with the pump fake, then finds Figaro inside. No foul called. And Ali White is taking it the other way with the how do you do dribble.
Hey, right, left, attack the rim. Here we go.
Arsenal fade away. Tough shot. Out of bounds.
Now, we haven't seen too much of Ankit Chowdhury, a youngster, 2020 class PG, but he is definitely not afraid of the moment. Highly skilled, one of the most skilled guards in that class. We're used to seeing him as a scorer. On this team, will become more of a distributor, of course, at the lead guard position.
Great hair. Okay, you did not mention that at all. That is one of the best dudes in the MPA for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely got the afro going. I like it.
Here comes Dylan Nelson out to number 10. That is Mark Giles. He can't hit. Coming in for Arsenal, who takes his seat. And then you got number 35, Tyrese Todd, coming in for number 2, Jervon Davis. CTA bringing the ball up. Alston Harris. They've got an 11-point lead here. 7:30 left. Alston gets it to Ali White. Looking inside to Galau. Turns, face, shoots. No good. Anthony Bradshaw goes to get the ball. Called for the foul. He's going to take a seat here. Number 2, Jervon Davis, comes in for Anthony Bradshaw. And that's called an intentional foul. It's going to be 2 free throws here for CTA and the ball. First one's missed. A lot of the Hamilton faithful in the crowd not happy with this call. And Ali White makes 1 of 2.
And there you go. You see the coaching staff of CTA, Willie Manigat, taking Atik on the side, giving him some instruction, really coaching him up. Ends up with Atik saying, "That's my bad, coach." And let's see these adjustments being made. I remember him, you know, over the years just being kind of mentally up and down, like a roller coaster, you know, and it's great to see, excuse me, it's great to see some maturation from the young man. You know, once he can learn how to get into the middle, you know, find that balance, when he's on the floor, he can be a great asset to the team at the next level and for CTA.
B.E.S.T Prep here gets the rebound, then throws it away. It's going to be CTA ball. Looks like no substitutions on either side. And Alston Harris has got some really good playing time here running this CTA offense. He's going to take the 3. That's off. And Ankit Chowdhury tries to throw it off a B.E.S.T Prep player. Instead steps out of bounds. It's going to be B.E.S.T Prep ball. Here comes Dylan Nelson. Has hit a couple 3s. Early injury to Matthew Green, one of B.E.S.T Prep's top guards. Goes out to Figaro. He goes inside. Back out to Nelson. And it eventually finds Mark Giles. Goes and 1. Going to the free throw line. He'll be shooting the free throw to take this down from a 10-point lead. I mean, CTA, you expect them. You expect this type of a line change from CTA. They go 5 guys back in and take out their original 5. And you got Mark Giles at the free throw line shooting 1. And it's off. Anthony Bradshaw back in the game. Tyrese Todd swings it, but Aiden Warnholtz read that like a book. Took it the other way. Easy layup. Lead back up to 12.
Something tells me he reads a lot of books when you have a 95% academic average.
Great move there. Anthony Bradshaw gets the screen, looks for the roll, can't get it. Matthew Nelson is going to shoot that 3. And B.E.A.S.T Prep, they're trigger happy. They'll take it, they'll make it.
They just don't care. They don't give a bleep.
Yeah.
You know, in a good way. You know, when you're just oblivious to the competition, you're just like, we're gonna go hard, and that's it.
Anthony Bradshaw's defense right now on David Mulia is unbelievable as he's clapping his hands, giving them energy. He's playing at a very high octane right now. Here's Luella-Cott, puts it up, and that's a wedgie.
He's been a little quiet there, Nick, after 35 large.
And I believe someone told us yesterday, let's just sleep on it. Let's sleep on it, see
Let's not
how
make
it
any
goes.
crazy statements publicly. Let's not make any wild.
Privately is a different story,
Yes.
but in the public sphere, let's sleep on it.
Let's just see what he does. Let's just see what it looked like in January.
Let it simmer.
That's it. You know,
It's going to be B.E.A.S.T Prep here. They had the arrow on the ball sticking in between the rim.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Nice tip there. It looked like it was off Saracen out of bounds.
Saracen.
Referee didn't see it that way. Coach Robitaille is not happy right now. He wants an explanation. He's not going to get one. It's going to be CTA ball here. There's 5:20 left. It's only a 9-point game. Very entertaining so far as B.E.A.S.T Prep has lived up to their name more or less, but they're extremely gritty and are executing at a high level right now. Luella-Cott, the 3 won't count. It's an offensive foul. Sorry, not an offensive foul, a 3 in the key. As B.E.A.S.T Prep now has the ball, looking to advance. There's a full court pressure being applied. Anthony Bradshaw, he's open, easy finish, nice lift, 2-foot gather.
This B.E.A.S.T Prep team is not going away, not anytime soon. They're getting charged up right now, getting a lot of confidence to that last bucket. Good defense there.
They've got a lot to prove as they come down on Muya, try to get the strip. Instead, it goes to Warnholtz, misses twice before it eventually makes its way over to Nelson's. He's going to attack, get it to Bradshaw. Does he have the 3 in his game? No, maybe he's got the 2. No, nothing there. Aiden Warnholtz gets the rebound. He's pushing, looking left, right, finds a caught. Is that going to go in for the Ottawa Star? No, not right now. And a foul is called again on B.E.A.S.T Prep. That will be on number 2. That's Jervon Davis on the pass-off. They've got 4 fouls. CTA has 3. 4:25 left here in the second. 7-point game. Luella-Cott is down low. He's got the mismatch. Instead, Aiden Warnholtz takes the shot. No good. Anthony Bradshaw, the rebound. Ball makes its way over to Nelson. Nelson, he wants to go right. Warnholtz won't let him. Now, Bradshaw open again. That's a 3. No good. And only red shirts on the defensive board.
B.E.A.S.T gets some really good shots. But easy bucket there. They can't have that.
It's going to be a timeout. B.E.A.S.T Prep. Head coach Greg Robitaille wants to talk it over. 41-32, 3:51 left here in the final game in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Stay tuned.
Rep by rep. You push yourself. Effort is only half the battle. Doubt sets in. Why do you do it? Is it worth it? The lights turn on. All your questions are answered. Rep by rep.
And we're back here live, 3:51 left, as B.E.A.S.T Prep is giving CTA all they can handle early. CTA with the 9-point lead. Moonwreath comes on the help, pins it, but there was an initial foul by Moonwreath on the block. Bradshaw, he'll go to the free throw line.
That's the Bradshaw, wide body from the Hammer. You know, he's a guy that is not shy when it comes to contact. He absorbs it, embraces it, and actually enforces it.
We sit here, say some guys look like linebackers. He looks like a defensive end. Yes. Forget a linebacker. He's part of that defensive line as Saracen. That's pure.
Yeah, we should look at drafting him to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The CFL. Speaking of CFL, Grey Cup this weekend. Not sure what's going on. Not sure if you got an update. I didn't even know it was this. I didn't know if it was the Grey Cup up until recently.
That's Tarek right there, bringing it out, waiting for me to pick it up. You're dropping it. I'm trying to pick it up. I think Toronto's in the Grey Cup.
Yeah, Toronto. I heard Argos, and
hope they win.
Let's say I don't know. Let's go with Saskatoon.
You mean Saskatchewan?
Eskimos. Let's go with Eskimos. Oh, Bradshaw.
Clapping his hands on the way back. It's a 7-point lead here.
Hit a touchdown right there for Bradshaw.
2:50 left. We're done with the football analogies. I am cutting this short right now.
Easy transition.
2:45, second quarter. I mean, B.E.A.S.T Prep, they're not going away.
Not going away. They're here. They're here to play. You called it. Yesterday you said they're that team that if you don't come to play, and you said it before this game, they'll get you.
Definitely. If you look at them, if you overlook them in any way, shape, or form, it's not going to work well for you, and I'll tell you why. They just compete. They battle, compete. I mean,
I wish there was more to it to say, but that's basic stuff.
Oh, nice move there by Luol Akot with the 1-2 Euro step. CTA, they're going into their full court pressure. Anthony Bradshaw has made some terrible passes, 2 turnovers, and CTA now is going to the line trying to extend their lead to 13.
Hamilton versus Ottawa matchup. 2 blue-collar type cities. Hamilton certainly, known for them being just rugged, gritty, and definitely represent the city that way with this B.E.A.S.T program.
Number 3, Kaleem Saracen misses the first. Second is up, and it's good. Just drops in. There's going to be some substitutions here. Here comes Davis. Tyrese Todd is in for number 14, Tyrese Virgo. B.E.A.S.T Prep looking to break this press. They haven't been able to yet. Arsenal has the ball, throws it up wildly, finds its way to Tyrese Todd, but then it goes out of bounds.
way too many lobs on a press. You know, when you throw it up like that, you're asking for a turnover. You gotta be under control, make some good bounce passes, spread the floor. Guys are way too close to each other on the press breaker.
Moon didn't take the shot. He should have. He was wide open. Now he's going to take it.
Man.
And he's going to splash it. Should have taken the first one.
That's butter. That is butter.
CTA, they're up 15. Here's Mr. Dylan Nelson with the ball. He's got Aiden Warnholtz on him. Arsenal swings it to Figaro. He goes right inside. Nice try. No finish. Luala caught with the grade A defense. Warnholtz, he's got Moonreath. He's looking inside though to Mulia. Mulia wants to go right on
Wow, very nice.
Vaughn
Very nice.
Davis.
How often do you see bigs at this age, you know, really have a post game? You know, this guy has a legitimate post game with footwork, good feet, good hands. I like it.
David Mulia will go to the free throw line. Comparison that came up last night is a little DeJuan Blair.
Yep.
Big boy that can move well. Maybe not the tallest.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Kaleem Sarazin just tried to end Tyrese Todd's career. Do you like the foul call on that?
It's a tough call because depending on where he was in the circle or outside, it looked like he was in the circle, so that was the X factor there in that call. I think it was a good call. It's a tough position for the defender to be in, but hey.
Looking at the replay here,
yeah.
I mean, he definitely was in that semicircle. Kaleem Sarazin wasn't giving him any ground there.
And I mean, had he put that one down, that could have been MPH top 10 worthy, and I'm talking about the annual edition.
B.E.A.S.T Prep continues to lob the ball for some reason. Figaro takes the shot, no good, long rebound. Sarazin's running. He finds Luala, who loses his footing. Can't believe it, gets back up. He's got to play defense now.
And that's what it has to be for a Cott, is he's got to start with defense. You know, that he did a fantastic job holding AJ Lawson to 14 points yesterday, and that's where he's kind of got his extra motivation offensively.
Arsenal, after a pretty hot start, airballs that one. Here's Luala, goes all the way, so smooth, trying to find this guy. 35, Moonreath with the miss.
First miss of the day. Excuse me, maybe second. No, first. He's 2 for 3.
Here's Javon Davis. Takes the shot, no good. Here's Aiden Warnholtz. Looking for his options. Nice pass into a Luala. He finds David Muya, who's going to go screen and roll here. Aiden Warnholtz looking inside. They're trying to get the mismatch. Sarazin didn't see it, now they do. And David Muya just going to the top floor, taking anyone that'll come with him.
The only answer they have a shot at is Anthony Bradshaw, and he's not on the floor right now. Too big, too strong, JD Muya, my guy.
21-point lead for CTA here. Let's see how B.E.A.S.T Prep comes into the second half. We'll catch you in about 8 live from Ottawa, Ontario.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground. Just hitch my wings and pull the strings. I brought these dreams that all fall through.
The nice thing about him is he's a basketball player. There is no position defined for him. He's learning the skills. He's learning the skills of playing the 1, 2, 3, 4, guard at all the positions.
The last thing what makes RJ Jr. so special is that he wants to be special. And he's willing to do the work to become special. He's open to learning. He has his flaws like everyone else does, but he recognizes his flaws. And he knows to keep working on them. And he's never satisfied even with his own strengths as a basketball player. So that's what makes him special.
my boy. He never stopped seeking to amaze me. And when we were in the game, like, I could tell what he was gonna do. I was like, you know, he's my boy. I'm gonna just let him, you know, show out. So, but the chemistry's really good. We're roommates right now and everything. So.
I call him a professional scorer. That's definitely going to translate to the NBA game. He is relentless on getting around you and getting to the basket and getting to the foul lines. And that's what I respect about him. I'm a huge fan of his.
That's all. Okay, showtime.
RJ making the splash takes his rightful throne at #1, and I think regardless of class, he would have been there anyways. Maybe even #1 in North America, let alone the Canadian rankings. Was the leading scorer in the most competitive league in the world at the amateur level. At 6'7", a guy that's playing 2 and 1, that's a deadly combination.
I mean, I think the first thing with RJ is he has goals, right? He has goals that he's set out, that he's driving for. So that's always great, right? Because all you ever really have to do is continue to focus him towards the goals he set. If you're trying to achieve the things that he is, I think that he's a hard worker, he's a consistent worker, and oh, here he comes. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being #1 in the world, you know, there's no conversation about it, there's no discussion about it. But what's next for you? What are your goals?
Pretty simple, go to college and go to the NBA and be a star.
Well, Central Tech, it's the historic look, that castle feel. It's a gauntlet. You walk past and you just, whoa, you look up, and the reputation that comes with it, it has that feel, it has that effect. Being in downtown Toronto, it is what it is. You're gonna get everything, right? So all the distractions are gonna happen, all the excitement's gonna be there, any little thing happens in school, it's newsworthy because you're a downtown school, right? So we have to get past all those distractions and focus in and dial in what we're supposed to do inside this gym. Do we play with a chip? We make it so.
We're a grit and grind team. Like, we're like underdogs. So like, we play like, even though we're up 20, we play like we're down 20.
We try to break the neck of the other teams. Once we have our foot on the gas, like, we try not to let go. If you're a hard worker, if you have nothing to lose, if you're gonna put it all on the line every night, then you could come play on Central Tech.
I'm praying that they take on my personality. I gotta smile and I laugh and I joke outside of the game, but inside the game, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and I'm fierce. And that's how we're developing right now.
Stop relying on what we did in the years past or the games past. It's now, yes?
And when we get to be that, tenacious group, that loud group, that aggressive group, great things happen.
That style and structure is making Central Tech a destination basketball school for players like Matthew Daves, who joined the Blues for his senior season.
I knew the coaches and I knew how their style of training was, and I thought that I'd fit in here well. It just brings up like a certain tone to how I'm doing everything. So like every single rep is more important now. Being Filipino, it's a bit different. Like, people look at me a different way when I'm playing. They're not gonna see someone like me, like an Asian person, play the way that I play usually.
How do you play?
I'm in the air a long time, just to say that.
In Season 2 of the National Preparatory Association, Jeffers will look to his returning seniors to lead the team on and off the court, which also prepares them for the next level.
Me being the oldest, like, it puts like a lot of like responsibility on my back, because coach, he tells me to always watch out for the guys, make sure everyone's good. Because after I leave here, coaches in other schools, like, they look at like the kind of person you are off the court before on the court. Like, they want to know what you could do in school. They want to know what you could do like in a group of people if you're going to be communicating. All my friends like back home, they really think I've changed a lot, like, and they said it's for the better too.
Coach Jeffrey is an amazing guy. Taught me a lot because he's been coaching me since young, been watching me play growing up, playing basketball at the community center. And like, he just, just been there for me. Changed me a lot because before I wasn't really doing the stuff that I need to do to go to the next level. Since I came here, I started getting the support, the help that I needed to succeed, school-wise and basketball-wise. He prepares me to be a man.
The good will follow the good, the bad will follow the bad. But if people see the good in you, they're gonna make sure and push you to that stream. Central Tech is labeled. It's no chance that I'm here trying to change that label, try to bring forward a better understanding of who it is and what the school is about.
Bembry handling it, cross court to Pangos for three, and Kevin knocks it down.
I read a book called Outliers, and it talked about why people need people around them to take advantage of in order to succeed at the highest levels. That same summer, Kevin was chosen as the youngest member of the national team. Kevin might be an outlier. Kevin was playing for A-Game Hoops, which is a team that Kyle Julius ran, and Kevin was on the team as a high school player. And I was coaching at the University of Guelph, and Kevin was lighting us up. And I'm loving this because I've loved Kevin since he was a kid, but I'm also hating it because we're getting drilled by this team. And Chris leans over to me and says, "That guy can't miss." And I went, "Title." Because it says about what Kevin's life's about is whatever happens to him, he just rolls with it. And we all need to learn from that. A failure is just a part of success. And that's the way he really
has to back out. Now he's got a little space to operate. Nice pass. Wow. Oh, what a nice pass.
And we're back here, Ottawa, Ontario. 21-point lead for CTA Prep. Early foul called on B.E.A.S.T Prep.
Last half here in the capital before we head on back west of Ontario, southwest towards Toronto and Mississauga.
Moonreath has the ball on a left-handed dribble. He goes inside, finishing with the right hand. Tony House was not impressed with his team's effort at all, calling out his starters, asking them for more effort, more toughness. Seems like they responded better in the second quarter. Let's see how they do here in the third. Arsenal, that thing was halfway down, doesn't go through. Saracen running, here's a caught.
Euro step.
It's extremely fluid and extremely effective, as both him and Moon have been able to use their length and their shooting ability, along with scoring ability, to really bug the guys on B.E.A.S.T Prep. Jervon Davis, sorry, that was Tyrese Todd. He goes in, looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Ball swung, Moonreath with the hammer, on the hammer. He skied up there. I didn't know if he was gonna slam it, but he definitely did, as Jervon Davis going to Nelson, who misses the corner three. Here's Lualacott, goes between the legs, step back, three-point basket, and that's looking good as it has now ballooned to a 30-point lead. B.E.A.S.T Prep hasn't scored. This is a 10-0 run. Sorry, 9-0 run, as another block comes in. Here's Kaleem Saracen all the way, misses. Nice rebound as it goes to Arsenal. No-look pass, deflected by Aiden Warnholtz. Gets it to Malia, who gets it to Saracen, hanging on the rim. They're going to call a turnover there, not a technical. Beast Prep, they need to talk it over. Timeout, 30-point game, 7:45 left in the third.
Has to back out. Now he's got a little space to operate. Nice pass. Wow. Oh, what a nice pass.
Kevin read a book called Long Shot, a story about Steve Nash. I can connect it with Steve's story a lot, not comparing them, but just the whole idea that when Nash won the MVP, the next day, his first MVP, the next day he says, now I really have to prove myself. And that's what the good ones do, is they're constantly striving for better and better and better. And you know, kids that are grade 9, grade 10, they're very good, but they're just starting. And they need to understand that you're good, but you're just starting, and just never be satisfied. Keep working. And I think that that's what Kevin really, really taught me in writing the book, is about how it's never be satisfied. Just keep going. And that's what the can't miss philosophy is about too.
Pangos has to back out. Now he's got a little space to operate. Nice pass.
Wow.
Oh,
back out to Pangos. Got it again. Pangos is knocking out all these open threes.
Kevin and I have a relationship that was formulated when I was one of the coaches at Camp Olympia that he could talk to and he could relate to, and we'd do workouts together, whatever it might be. And then it evolved into the admiration of he knew that I knew where he wanted to go. But I was one of those coaches that were at another level that Kevin was after, and he could get information from me. He's 17 years old when I first proposed this to him and his parents. A 17-year-old kid, I want to write a book.
And we're back here in the nation's capital as CTA has busted this thing open. Beast Prep taking the timeout. They definitely want to get some better ball movement, some better looks on offense, as CTA's defense has completely taken them out of the game. And on this end, it's a 9-0 run so far within the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds, as there's 7:30 left here in the game. Beast Prep's Anthony Bradshaw has a lot of foul trouble. He's got 4, that's why we're not seeing him right now. And Moon Reed, great defense as he knocks it off of number 2, Javon Davis, out of bounds.
How did they not? Yeah, that was certainly off of Beast's foot, and they make the right call.
Referees convene and they get it right, as Kaleem Sarazin is going to inbound the ball. He's looking for Moon Reed, gets it to Aiden, who Warnholtz hasn't had a really good shooting week here.
Big board. Big board. That's just taking candy from a baby.
David Muya, he's a big, and he plays like it. Nice rebound and finish inside. Ball's being swung. This guy, Arsenal, he can shoot it. Not under that pressure, though. Moon Reed is really bothering guys, both on offense and defense.
Well, Beats just lost their discipline, you know, whereas CTA, they've come at you in waves. You know, they might be up, might become a little down, but not too far down, and not for too long. They keep the intensity high, and they just keep it moving. You know, you can bang with them for a quarter, 2 quarters, but 4 quarters?
Different story.
I haven't seen it yet.
Beast Prep also had a big injury as Matthew Green went down after making a 3, falling to the sprained ankle. Also, Anthony Bradshaw, their only real big, is fighting severe foul trouble. He's got 4. You're only allowed 5 before you hit the showers. So they're going to keep him on the bench, it looks like, for the foreseeable future. Maybe bring him in for the 4th. Here's Nelson looking for some options. Oh, the defense is just absolutely suffocating as CTA, and that's a caught with the left hand, lost it. It'll be blue ball coming in, Beast Prep. There's some substitutions. Number 10, Mark Giles, will be coming in for Beast Prep, along with number 4, Prosper Mayuda Moradi.
I want to get a stat check by the end of this quarter on how many points will ultimately be scored in the 3rd. I mean, this wasn't that big of a disparity at halftime.
Well, I'll tell you right now, B.E.S.T Prep, they haven't scored yet. They haven't scored yet.
Wow.
So we're
That's
looking
4 minutes, 4 and change, and they have not scored.
We're looking at a really tough stretch for them. Meanwhile, CTA, they're coming off some huge plays, including this one. David Muya goes in, and these rims, I don't know how much more they can take of this.
That was JD Muya beasting on B.E.A.S.T. I like that one, Nick.
Definitely beasting. 3 ball, no good. Sarazen pushing it. He finds a caught. Kind of a bad pass, quick pass. And it's going to be a full line change here for CTA as they bring in 5 new guys. Meanwhile, B.E.S.T Prep, they're going to bring in 1 guy, Tyrese Todd, number 35. Taking off number 4, Prosper Muradi. Sorry, number 14, Tyrese Virgo. Figaro swings the ball, comes out to Giles. B.E.S.T Prep, no movement. Haven't really been able to get anything to go. It's all tough baskets. CTA enjoying that, just going right to the mismatches. Ankit Chowdhury, nice move inside, doesn't finish. And now B.E.S.T Prep is running, but Ankit Chowdhury pushes the ball to his CTA teammate, but they're not able to do anything with it. Figaro finally breaks the scoreless streak for B.E.S.T Prep. It took him about 4 minutes to do so. I mean, sorry, 5.5 minutes to do so. Nice block inside there by Mark Giles. As Javon Westcott tried to take him off the dribble. Here's Ankit Chowdhury with the floater game.
Hey, outside of Sullivan, you know, there was Ankit showing us that there are a couple guys here that know about that game. Was it a floater or was it a runner? And hopefully Kyle Julius is not watching this broadcast.
Coach I think KJ. In Vietnam right now they're sleeping.
Okay, so that's grateful. That's encouraging news.
B.E.S.T Prep's gonna attack here. 3-pointer up, 3-pointer off. Giles rebounds. Don't know why he went up. He was in amongst the trees. You want to see them bring it out here. Ankit Chowdhury. Oh, what a pass.
Ankit Chowdhury says, I got now. I'm not waiting for next year. I got now. Smooth operator is Ankit Chowdhury.
He's got a little bit of sauce on everything he does.
I love his game. Very smooth.
B.E.S.T Prep looking for some sort of hole in this defense. They're not going to find it. Ankit Chowdhury gets stripped. It will still be CTA ball as this lead is ballooned to about 40 points as Ankit strokes it.
That's brown chocolate right there. Brown chocolate Ankit Chowdhury.
Heard it here first. Brown chocolate.
Caramel. Caramel.
We got the caramel. He's definitely one of the most skilled players. And here he goes again. Oh, and that one just spills out. He really wanted it. So did his teammates as everyone erupted off of the bench.
He's got a very calm confidence about him, Ankit.
He does, he definitely does. Very smooth game, great three-point shooter, nice passer. Has a pretty good handle on him too. Showed out at the showcase game.
And CNIT this past summer.
And is a new addition, if I'm correct, right? For
yes,
CTA?
Yes, he is. Showed out in CNIT with the program elite.
Eventually being picked up here in Ottawa by CTA. Alston Harris with the rock, gets it to Ankit, move it inside. CTA prep, going back to the line. Galawo with the finish.
Big Atik flexing on him.
You look at the way CTA attacks, and it's almost like they're waiting for any sort of mismatch. Move the ball around, run a couple plays here and there, but as soon as they get the mismatch, they want to feed that player in particular. Alston Harris inside with the jelly finish.
The jelly got the jam while Ankit gave him the butter. That's a recipe for greatness right there. PB&J, you cannot go wrong. Looks like the video crew like that one.
Giving us a thumbs up on the PB&J
reference.
I don't feel like B.E.A.S.T Prep has stopped playing hard. I just feel like they don't have any answers.
I think they've checked out. I would say they checked out at halftime. They left their minds on the bench during the half. They just brought their bodies out. While on the flip side, CTA is taking it to another level. But that's just me.
Jervon Davis, no good. Short. Ooh, nice move there. And the floater drops for B.E.A.S.T.
This is getting really ugly for B.E.A.S.T. They gotta show some sort of fortitude here and show a pulse. I mean, they've scored 2 points in the third quarter. Do I have that correct, Nick Zeffie?
I will definitely check with the scorers table, but it looks like I see a single deuce going to Mr. Abdou Figaro. So if anything, he can walk away saying, hey guys, I'm the only one that put up points in the third.
Don't blame me.
Jalao misses inside. Again, finally Giles comes up with the rebound and B.E.A.S.T is running. Let's see if they can get something here. Pass to Jervon Davis. Three-pointer. It's good. First 3 of the third. On the other end, Atik going to the line, gets hacked across the face. He's going to shoot 2. Sinks 2 free throws, does Atik, and we're looking at close to a 50-point game here heading into the 4th. Catch us for the final quarter coming up next here in Ottawa.
And now Penn goes from straight away, hit another 3, his 6th of the first half.
I think the biggest thing about Kevin, highly skilled, but his values are very, very solid. Home-schooled value sort of thing. Of his grandparents taught him a lot. His uncle taught him a lot. Bill and Patty, his parents, obviously played a huge role, and he's very, very value-based. Everybody that you talk to that played with Kevin or coached Kevin will tell you exactly the same thing. Just a great kid, very, very grounded, never got full of himself, always works hard and wants more and more and more.
And now Penn goes from straight away, hit another 3, his 6th of the
NPH Events.
there's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country.
Gets it to go! Wow! Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-way jam! Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent, game speaks.
And we're back here, Ottawa, Ontario. So it's been confirmed, B.E.A.S.T Prep scored 5, while CTA scored 32. So we could call it a 32-5 run there in the third quarter. Moonreath going inside into Lualacott. They've got some good synergy there between the two wings in Moonreath and Lualacott.
Question.
Moon skies for the rebound, eventually comes up to Ali White. Here comes Lualacott. Misses, should have gone up with the left. Instead went up with the right. B.E.A.S.T Prep comes away with the rebound, and they're pushing, looking for something, anything. I mean, if they're looking to do better than they did in the third, all it's going to take is 2 threes. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be B.E.A.S.T Prep ball. It's been a tough go for them so far. Anthony Bradshaw, again, probably their best big. He has 4 fouls. We haven't seen him in the second half. And their best guard, number 30, Matthew Green, sprained his ankle within the first minute of the game. Lualacott, CTA Prep, getting their affairs in order as another finish inside from Danny Lacusa. Great last name there, Lacusa. Giles throws it out of bounds almost, but B.E.A.S.T Prep, they're able to maintain possession. Number 35, Tyrese Todd. That's going to count, and the foul. He'll go to the free throw line for 1. CTA calling a timeout. Tony House not liking what he's seeing. We'll be back.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer?
Throws up an alley-oop! All elbow! Williams!
Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know, what's your story?
You push yourself. Effort is only half the battle. Doubt sets in. Why do you do it? Is it worth it? The lights turn on. All your questions are answered.
Back on the call here as Tyrese Todd takes the free throw, misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, no good. It's going to be Beast Prep ball out of bounds as it was tipped out by CTA. Nice fake there, going inside. Absolutely no room to do anything, basically. Here's Todd again, goes inside, nice pass. Giles gets it over to number 14, Tyrese Virgo. Three-pointer falls for Beast. Moonreath bringing the ball up, looking for his options, going for the pick and roll. Looks like it's going to be a foul here. No, clock issue. Got to bring it down to 7:50, 94-47. Beast Prep had no answers for CTA in the second half. In fact, they haven't scored 10 points yet. Actually, they just hit 10 points here in the second half. So CTA, they brought their A game and took their defense to another level. As Beast Prep unable to do much here at all. Shot inside, it's gonna go out of bounds. Beast Prep ball. 3 subs come in for CTA. Virgo looking for back-to-back threes, no good. Nice rebound there by Samuel Addison. He's in the corner. Ball doesn't find him. Tons of dribbling here. There's only 5 seconds left. Virgo's gonna throw up a prayer. Austin Harris bringing it up here, looking for options. Nice pass as the ball makes its way inside. Eventually it's picked off by Tyrese Todd, lays it in as Chowdhury passes it in. Austin Harris running the O here for CTA as they have a very comfy lead.
So what we've established here through this week is that CTA will keep their #1 spot. Luwal Akat will boost his stock and likely rise in the rankings, along with JD Muia. Then you got the Notre Dame Hounds. Came in at ranked #4. Could have some room for a couple notches up the ranking. Then you have, outside of that, I mean, Central Tech is at 2. I mean, they haven't done anything to go downhill. They can maintain their spot right there. TBA, who's at 3, was non-existent this week because they were not here. So, you know, they have a couple losses already on their season, so they're gonna have to go down a couple spots. And the rest of the league are still finding themselves as far as making that progression. There's those 3 at the very top, I think, and then there's another tier, I would say, you know, from 4 to 8 that's in a tier on its own, and then I would go from 9 to 13, that 3rd tier, kind of all in that around the same level.
And it's a fair assessment, I believe, of all the teams. I think looking at Toronto and the second session, give me a couple teams that you think are going to come out and be much improved from what we saw here in Ottawa.
Well, I think LBA could be the biggest surprise in Toronto, based on their current progression in level and speed of incline, but also the addition of their big fella, Jonty Vink at 6'10", who, you know, comes from New Zealand and landed today in Toronto. I also believe, as we've discussed previously, that Crestwood's got a chance to be a lot better. One, they're playing on home base, and two, they'll have some more time to figure out their chemistry and their pieces for roll definition.
I think another thing we can say with a lot of clarity is in the 2021 class, Moon Wreath is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean, I think going into this, that was the case, and he's only added to that. He's only added to his case just from his presence on both sides of the floor. You know, he's shooting it at a high level, defending it at a high level, has showed us a couple of dunks, but the area that I think he'll take him to another level is as Chaudhry hits the three. I think once he really tightens up his ball handling and becomes more refined that way, he's gonna be something special. It seems like he's still growing too, like physically.
It's scary. It does. It looks like he can hit 7 feet and not even.
We talked about the Kevin Durant comparison, and it's like, I mean, you know, Kevin Durant, best player in the world, or one of the best players in the world. It might sound far-fetched, but you know, we definitely feel he's an NBA prospect, and we said it before that he fits that mold. Now, will he get to that level? Time will tell, but one thing's for sure, you know, he is on such a good incline. Every time we see him, we see something new.
Very true. I mean, one of the things that I was most impressed with was his aggression and kind of his assertiveness on this team. He's on top team in the country, arguably.
And contributing in a big way.
He's starting.
A top 4 offensive producer.
It's crazy to think that that timid grade 8 kid
that we first saw, yeah,
that didn't even know what he was or how he could be is now blossoming into a starting role in the top program in Canada.
And he's so humble. Very, like a very similar Kevin Durant type of personality in terms of, you know, just kind of quiet, goes about his business, produces, and doesn't need to really talk much.
And he's great on the bench. I've seen him a couple times here where Chaudhry, look at him right now. He's the first to stand.
Yeah.
He wants to see the highlights. He wants to laugh. He wants to clap. He wants to encourage his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And on a couple plays where Ankit Chaudhry was able to make threes, he's the first guy up, clapping away, and he's got that huge smile. Just been a pleasure to watch his progression unfold. Another thing that we can take to Toronto is St. Laurent Express. They're going to be a lot better.
Yeah, no question.
Get some guard play in there. That's what they've lacked severely.
Yep. And they got their butt whooped, you know, old-fashioned butt whooping. Only is going to make you stronger. I mean, I remember when our parents used to whoop our butts, and I know it's not as common these days, but it's tough love. You know, my dad would always say, I hit you because I spanked you because I love you. And I was just so confused as a poor 10-year-old. I'm just like, what? How does that make sense? But you know what? It's called tough love. It comes from a good place, and you know, that's what St. Laurent got. They will come back stronger. And Coach Slayman knew what he got himself into when he signed up for the NPA.
Definitely.
It's exactly what he wants. He wants to challenge his guys.
Definitely, and he wasn't saying anything to the tune of, oh, we did not expect this.
Yeah.
He was, oh, this is great.
Yeah, exactly.
This is awesome.
Exactly.
You're looking at some other rosters here. I mean, BC Christian, they need a point guard.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I think there's additions to be made as the season progresses. Teams are looking for some pieces, you know, prior to December ending. As we get into the new year, they can make their additions up until mid to late September. Excuse me, mid to late December. You know, with a point guard, it just and not just a point guard, but I think a floor general, someone that can control the floor, give you some leadership, and be the extension of the coach on the floor.
Tough because they have arguably one of the most talented players in the league in Sammy Hunter. He's the kind of guy, he can do everything.
He needs touches, and he needs to operate both from the low post, high post, and the wing. You know, he has those capabilities to be able to, you know, catch it just inside the three-point line, sweep and go, attack baseline. You know, we've seen all those capabilities there for sure.
And then there's one more team that we can touch on. It's RNS. What do you think of their performance? It was a little, in my opinion, disappointing. I expected a bit more out of them. They showed flashes, obviously still getting together as a group. But what did you take from them?
I mean, well, I think they had their first 2 games. They got 2 wins over Halifax Prep, and then they came into Ottawa, and it's just a different level as far as competition and talent. So when they got that taste, just like the rest of the teams, Crestwoods, St. Laurent, same scenario. You know, they're gonna, Coach Damien Gay is gonna take it back and try to, no doubt, you know, take it to another level. I think they're a very formidable team. You have Shaim Malcolm, you have you know, Kellen Tynes, and then you also have guys like the moneymaker, we call them, you know, who's been coming in. He's been coming handy from last year. My guy Ryan McLean, small, but he's a knockdown shooter. Another one of the top shooters in the league, I would say. He's usually money. That's why they call him the moneymaker over there. And you know, but what I saw, so I saw progress from Ben Dowell, the 6'9" kid. You know, was more active throughout the course of the maybe about game 2, game 3. Was more active. He had a dunk. He was you know, his activity level around the rim was great defensively. You know, and then so they gotta keep adding pieces. Dawson Sutherland was their captain, so he came over to me and asked me, what do I gotta do to get better? And I told him to talk. He needs leadership. They need leadership. So, you know, they got some pieces, and I fully expect them to be stronger, RNS strong, by January.
I really wanted to see more of Caleb Sully. I think that he had one of the better shooting strokes coming into the league. Didn't display it in this session. Lucky for him.
He had some threes. I mean, but I think he could certainly take it to another level. I agree.
Yeah, I think that when I see him, it's definitely how is he going to progress in the second session. But the talent's definitely there. This game is in its dire moments here. 16 seconds left. We want to thank everyone from everywhere that's contributed to the live stream and has also watched. We want to thank everyone in the stands, all the programs involved, and everybody else for a successful first session of the MPA.
And you get a nice round of applause from the crowd for their home team, Ottawa's CTA, defending national champions, the #1 team in the MPA, has only strengthened, put the stranglehold on that title.
Definitely, and this is from the entire MPH family, the entire MPA family. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. We will be back in Toronto for session 2. Stay locked and loaded on the website as long as on our social media platforms. Tons of content coming from this first session. Tons of video, tons of dunks, tons of mixes. It's all going to be on our social media platforms and also our website. From Nick Zeffy, Tarek Spate, we're signing out. Thank you all and have a great night.